I want to talk about how smart Google is on this episode of the podcast. I recently got a question. The question is, I'm a local physical therapy clinic in Boise, Idaho. Should I target city-specific keywords like runner's knee treatment Boise, even if the keyword tools show no volume? Or should I go with broader keywords like runner's knee treatment, just runner's knee treatment, which have a lot more volume, and just add my city name in the content? So the issue is, this person, physical therapy clinic in Boise, Idaho, plenty of people searching just runner's knee treatment, but very few people searching runner's knee treatment Boise. And the keyword tools show no volume for these keywords. But there are plenty of people who do search runner's knee treatment. And then a follow-up to this question was, are there any special ways to target these local keywords? So Google is smart. Here's what this person has to do. And this is how smart Google is. The most important, have the location in the page title. Google is very good at matching businesses to where searchers are if they are making a local search. Google can tell if someone is making a local search just based off the language. You don't need to write in physical therapy clinic near me. You can just write in physical therapy clinic. Google will give you a map right there at the top, but then it will also give you a list of pages. And some people would say, oh, this is because of schema. It's not because of the language that you use on the page. It's because of schema markup. Now, I've made episodes about how it's just endlessly frustrating to me to see SEOs recommend expensive schema markup to their clients, which requires maintenance and all this implementation, and it's just not necessary. You literally can search. I did this. I searched physical therapy clinic. The top pages had no local schema markup. So you don't have to, if you've heard about schema markup before, you don't have to worry about that. Google is so smart. People underestimate how smart Google is. You add your location in the page title. Why the page title? Because local people will see the page and want to click it because it has the location in the name. So you put it in the page title, the meta description, the H1, that big top heading, and then the beginning of the first sentence. And that's it. So the page title would be runner's knee treatment in Boise ID. Then this like vertical dividing line that companies use. I love that. And then the name of the brand, the name of the business. That would also be the H1 without the vertical dividing line and name of the business. Really simple stuff. Google is so smart. I summarized the message that I got, but I was also asked, should this person spread the location name all throughout the content? And no, it's not really necessary. If it sounds unnatural to put the location, it's totally not worth it. Here's just a list of what to do. Super easy. So aside from the page title, meta description, H1, beginning of the first sentence, having the location name. And notice, by the way, the keyword is runner's knee treatment, Boise. You don't write in that exact phrase as a page title and the H1 because it sounds unnatural. You say runner's knee treatment in Boise, comma, ID for Idaho. It's pretty easy. Again, Google is smart. It's pretty easy for Google to tell unnatural writing. However, if there's a lack, the important thing too is if there's a lack of content, a lack of pages around this, Google will still show unnatural pages. So here's what else to do. Have a Google Map embed with your business. Have your name, address, and phone number in the footer of your website. Try to make a good page, having testimonials. Say where your business is situated, even with the map embed. If you're next to any monuments, just make it easy to find. Sometimes even looking at Google Maps, it's hard to find the location of a business. Maybe put in images of what the business looks like from the outside. And you should always, regardless of whatever business you have, even if it's not local, be submitting to relevant directories. And when you appear in a directory, if there's an area to give your name, address, phone number, give it and make sure you have a consistent one across all the directories that you appear in. Google is smart, but sometimes it can still get confused if there is not a consistent name, address, phone number. However, Google has gotten a lot better at it. Google is so much smarter than people realize. But that's literally it. It's so easy to target local keywords. You don't need to spam the location throughout the page. And this goes with a lot of searches. Google can tell what people are looking for just based on the language. Like you write physical therapy clinic, and Google knows to show Google Maps right there in the search. This is also why I advise a lot of people to not try gaming Google. I talk about it on the show because it's good content, it's good material, it's entertaining. But even when I talk about it, I don't publicly advise it because the thing is, Google is smart and a lot of people are dumb. That's the truth. A lot of people are just are not smart enough to outsmart some of the best developers in the world who work at Google. Don't get me wrong, plenty are. You see it all the time. These people are edge cases. That is not the norm. The norm is not having a person who can outsmart Google. And now, now you see more and more people complaining about how terrible Google search is. You see specifically SEOs complaining about how bad Google search is. A lot of the times these people who are complaining are black hat SEOs who are now no longer able to game Google, and they get really pissed off, and so they complain about how terrible Google is. This is a really common thing in search engine optimization. So my philosophy is think about what Google actually would want, think about what searchers want, and then give that to them, and give it to them as quickly as possible on the page. I'm wearing a shirt. If you're listening on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, I'm wearing a shirt right now that says backlinks don't matter. Backlinks do matter, but they don't matter as much as people think. And that's because most people are not targeting the right keywords or are not targeting keywords properly. They're not targeting keywords directly. So for example, a lot of these local searches, businesses just aren't targeting them properly. Businesses are not actually making well-optimized pages for the keywords. Some are. And when you have a SERP, a search engine results page that's full of well-optimized pages for the keyword, that's when you need backlinks. Or if you're in a niche that requires more trust, maybe you've heard of the acronym EAT, E-E-A-T, which stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. You might need some more authority, some more backlink authority if you're in a niche like law or finance or something. But you still don't need that. You still don't need as much as people think. You don't need to have a crazy authoritative domain. As long as you're not a brand new website and you have like some backlinks in relevant places or relevant directories, for example, a lot of people will be good enough, especially if they're doing proper keyword targeting. And then the other part is Google will use engagement signals. If people are coming to a page and they're bouncing because the page is not satisfying their intent, Google's going to stop showing that page. I talk about this all the time. Something that the Google API leak revealed last year is, Google actually uses click data in Google search from Chrome, which they publicly said they don't use, and they use it. But so what? It gives better results to people. Google's a lot like TikTok. If a page isn't good, Google will stop showing it. If a video isn't good and people are swiping away from it on TikTok, TikTok will stop showing it. It's the same thing. Going back to local search, Google can detect when a keyword is location specific, and it will show the right pages as long as you put the location in the key places that I mentioned and make a well-optimized page and have the name, address, phone number in your footer. There's plenty of people who listen to this who have local businesses or who are thinking of starting a local business, or just people who don't realize just how smart Google has become. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you on this episode of the podcast. This is a quick Sunday one, episode 634 of my daily digital marketing show, 634 days in a row doing this podcast. If you have a local business, don't overthink it, and I will talk to you all again tomorrow. Bye now.